Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to continue on with the Forester. Stay tuned. We're going to look at the catch can system and the intake, and we're also going to finish up kind of the center gauge pod, which is over here. I've been sanding it. Let's go have a look at that. Alright, so I've cleared it and I've sanded it back. Still got some low spots, as you can tell. So a little bit more sanding needed. But at the moment, I'm going to put some 2-inch holes in this, just 2, and we'll keep sanding, get it nice and flat. And when it comes time to paint something else in 2K, we'll shoot it with the paint gun. It won't be that hard to get out from the center. So yeah, put some 2-inch holes in this. So I just marked out the center line, the center. We're going to have a 3 centimeter or 30 millimeter gap in between the 2 gauges. I think it looked a little bit crammed with 3 in there. I think 2 will look good. So I've got the hole saw out. I need to find the drill bit for it. Then we'll smoke some holes in this thing. Alright, we've got a couple of holes there. I hope they're even. I was wearing my mask. So let's clean this up. And do a little bit more sanding tonight, and I'll get it in the car tonight as well, so we can drive around and not have them flinging them around everywhere, and hopefully it looks a lot better. Alright, I finally got it in there. It's not sitting the best, and don't know why. Anyways, still a little bit of work to do to it, but it's in there. Gauges aren't moving. Just need a little bit of double-sided tape and it should be fine. I need to put the wastegate dump tube on. Sitting down here. Might have heard last time I drove this, I got the wastegate open for like a split second, and I didn't keep going because it goes out onto the drive shaft. So let's get that on. Okay, I'm struggling to get this to fit. You have to jug up the car and go from underneath. I don't know, the angle just seems weird. It's pretty late, so I'll come back tomorrow and do it. Alright guys, finally got the wastegate dump on. That was a mission, because when I undid one of the clamps, it all popped. Must have been under a lot of tension. I really need to redo the exhaust. I'm not happy with it. Yeah, the dump is right up against the 3-inch main dump, and I have to rotate the wastegate just a little bit. Just up and down, underneath, on top. Let's have a look at the breather system now. I need some 3/4 inch hose from the breather to a catch can, and then from the catch can out to the PCV, and then to the intake. And for the head breathers, I need the head breathers to go into one and one to come out to here as well. So I've got a little bit here to play with, but I do need some 3/4 inch for the block breather. So that's massive, which is -12, which is also this one here, which is on top. So that's alright. So we can have the PCV going into that one and return to the intake on this one. Got the drain. I'm not sure just yet if I'm going to be using that, but there's a chance. I was thinking of changing the vacuum line to the brake to over to here, just to clean it up a bit, and then I can change that nipple over to here, and that could go straight to fuel pressure regulator, so it's not on the blow off valve. And that'll look a lot neater as well. Just a lot of little things, guys. Alright, this might look a little bit silly, or even better. Alright, so I changed over this vacuum nipple to the smaller one and go straight to the fuel pressure regulator. Still need to get another gauge because I damaged that one. And the brake booster is now here on an AN line. Goes around and up to here. Now we can get rid of this, clear up the firewall for catch cans. So guys, I made sure I didn't cut any of the original vacuum lines for the brake booster, so we can go back to stock if we need to. But I made sure I didn't do that. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see, but there's the dump. Alright, so I was starting to look at the catch can routing and decided to I need to put the car down. I can't reach. Alright, so I'm playing around with the catch can and I think I need to step away from this for a while because it's doing my head in. I need to make something for up here. It'll be divided in half. I have the block and we'll have the heads, and we'll probably have 2 lines coming into the intake for vacuum, or 2 ports for filters. Depends which route we're going. If we're not going to have an intake, we can just have the filters on top. If we're going to street it, then intake and yeah, and vacuum lines. Still need to work out here as well. Still need to do this side here with the carbon that I was going to do to mount up the flex fuel sensor. Let's see how much resin I have for the carbon. See if I can do like a sheet. Nice sheet, cover this up and just mount that nicely. Slowly getting there. Looking a bit ugly at the moment, but at least we have the wastegate dump on, so we can go for a drive and open the gate and we can see where we're at with boost. Put a filter on that one and some hose clamps on the ends here. Take for a drive and we'll have the heads going into the catch can. I'll probably pick up some 3/4 inch pipe tomorrow, which would go to a top, which is a -12, I should say. But yeah, I think I need to sit down, work out what I need for the catch can. I can't weld it because I don't have a welder that can. So yeah, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Alright, so I've decided just to do the head breathers now into a filter on top of that catch can. And I'll put some hose clamps on here and here. We won't have an intake on. And I'll just make sure that I clamp the brake booster as well. So tomorrow night I'm going to take this out and do a little bit of tuning on boost. Now that we've got the wastegate dump on there, I can see where we're at with the duty cycle versus pressure. As we hit 17 psi and the target was 13, so we overshot it. So we need to work on that a little bit. So next episode, guys, we're going to be taking it out for a drive, so that should be a good one. So guys, if you enjoyed this episode, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.